Started. Okay. Okay, we're going to try to make this as exciting as possible. Talking about policies is not very exciting. We'll try not to bore you to death. All right, we're going to skip through some of this because some of this is parent material also because your parents have to sit through the same thing. So we're going to skip just a few things, mainly just some videos. This is what's on the agenda. What is the one-to-one initiative? What does research say? How does the one-to-one initiative change the teaching and learning in your classroom? What are the benefits? What are your responsibilities? Some parent resources and some questions and answers from you. All right, so what is the one-to-one initiative? Okay, 7 through 12, you all are going to have your own computer available to you 24/7, as long as your parents do 3 things, okay? So remember these 3 things that your parents have to do before you can take them home tomorrow. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to talk to my parents about these 3 things, okay? The first thing is they need to pay for the asset protection program, okay? And if they do that in the next 2 days, it's $15, okay? If they do that after the next 2 days, it will be $30, okay? So pay, okay? The next thing is to sign off on permissions for the policy. So they would have to go to e-registration and click on permissions, and they need to check, yes, I have read the Chromebook policy, okay? So there's 2 things. And the third thing is attend one of these sessions and the lawyer session, which can be this afternoon or tonight from 6 to 10. Okay, so they have to do those 3 things for you to take your computer home tomorrow. Okay, does everybody understand that? So don't be mad at me if you can't take it home tomorrow. Your parents have to do 3 things. Okay? All right. Uh-oh, lost you. Got it. All right, so why are we doing this? Well, we want you guys to have access to devices as much as you can. Now, how many people thought it was super annoying to have to check out a device, check out a cart in the library every day, go and get it, and then sometimes wait for those MacBooks to start up forever, right? Everybody? Yeah. That wasn't very fun. This is going to be a lot better to have your own device. You're responsible for it. You know where it is. Okay? It's going to be much better. All right. Next screen. All right. So I put this up here because all of you have the same looking case, obviously, but some of your computers look different. Okay? Some of you have a silver Samsung computer. Some of you have a kind of gray Acer computer, and then 9th through 12th graders have an HP computer. Okay, there are different devices. 7th and 8th graders have different devices than the rest of the high school. So just so you are aware of that. So what does research say? 80%, now you got to remember this 80% also includes people that don't even have a computer, but 80% of people accessing the internet will be doing so from mobile devices. How many of you, after school hours, get on the internet more than 2 hours? Raise your hand. Yeah, probably every one of you in this room, don't you? Okay. How many of you do more than 2 hours just on your phone? How many do more than 4 hours after school? See? So this 80% is probably more like 99 when you're talking about your age group. Okay. Now, the reason we decided to go 1-to-1, that's kind of what we've based that decision on, is research. Okay. So at a private university with the integration of mobile technology, students are 25% higher on learning assessments that focus on higher order thinking and the ability to work together and the ability to construct knowledge in different contexts. Okay, and Project RED, a one-to-one research initiative, investigated one-to-one computing programs at American schools. 997 principals and technology coordinators were surveyed. The results of the survey indicated the following. One-to-one schools outperform non-one-to-one schools on academics. There was a reduction in disciplinary actions and dropout rates. And online collaboration increases student learning and engagement. How many of you have shared at least one document with either your teacher or another student this year? Everybody. Okay, so definitely your teachers have done a very good job of integrating Google Docs into their curriculum. Okay, so how does it transform teaching and learning? Obviously, you're going to have 24/7 access to your computer, so there's no more excuse, well, I couldn't get on my computer at home, so I didn't get the assignment done. Okay, so because you have a computer. Okay, communication and collaboration, we just talked about that collaboration, and also communication. You can email your teacher after school hours, and they may respond, they may not, but there is some collaboration there. Communication there. Access to information anytime, anywhere, direct interaction with curricular through subject-specific apps. How many of you have used Canvas already? Okay, again, your teachers are doing a great job of getting that going, and they will continue to use that more and more, and your assignments will be on there. Creation of authentic products. What that means is it's stuff that you own, so, unique stuff. Sharing products with larger audiences, making things publicly available to the web. Alternate forms of assessment, which you've already been taking tests on computers for quite some time now. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and skip that one. Okay, there's Canvas. You guys have seen all this. Remember I talked about this is for your parents too, so we're gonna skip a few of these. Okay, we got a fun video for you. Some of your classmates have made this video to talk about some of the policies. We thought this would be a much better way to show it than us talking about it.
That's good music.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. Nope. Just looked it up. Lyndon.
Yeah.
Will you bring me that Chromebook?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Don't carry it like
Oh,
that.
sorry.
Jeez. Nope, still don't have it. Hey, Lyndon.
Yeah.
Will you bring me that Chromebook?
You bet.
I don't know what it's doing. Oh, nice carrying technique. Always be smart when using your Chromebook.
We're always watching.
Lyndon, seriously, you are going nowhere in life. Stay off your phone.
Really? I'm sick of this.
Lyndon, come on. I told you to get off your phone before.
I'm sorry, I'll get back to homework. Hey Jesse, you shouldn't have this cord going across the hallway like this. There you go.
Thanks.
You bet.
Hey, Derek, you should move that before you do that.
Alright, I forgot it was there.
It's all good.
Put this in the locker.
Hey, nice Chromebook.
Thank you. Yeah, she really liked my Chromebook. Thank you. Oh man, my computer's dead. First day. Oh, time to show someone a picture. So this is fun. The wrong way. Guys, get your computer out. You work on your project? Why don't you have yours out, Izzy?
Because I was foolish and I didn't charge it last night.
Should be talking to the boys. What's out? Work on your project. Why don't you have yours open? Mine's dead. Oh.
Shouldn't charge it like I charged mine.
Oh.
The wrong way!
The right way.
The wrong way. Class is going to be a test tomorrow.
The right way.
Alright, class, we have a test tomorrow.
Wrong way.
I sure am only doing all of my homework. Oh, looky, a little chinchilla to help me do my homework.
The right way.
Although you may get lonely doing your homework, there are no animals allowed on the computers.
It's lunchtime. Lunchtime.
Here's your new Chromebook.
It's mine.
Sure is.
Awesome. Sweet. Oh, Here, I got some stickers for you, too.
Stickers to put on my computer, too? That's awesome. Sweet. Got my laptop from last week. Now I can put some vinyl decals on it. Look!
I need to plug in.
No. Yes. No.
I need to use the plug in.
No, first come, first serve.
Alright.
All right, they did a great job on that, didn't they? All right, we're going to just review a few of those things and maybe a few more here. Only school-appropriate content, obviously. It is filtered, but you still need to be smart about what you're looking at. Wireless at home. If you don't have wireless at home, there is offline capabilities. If you haven't noticed already, when you're in Google Docs, it'll say down in the bottom left-hand corner, it'll say synchronizing your Google Drive to your computer. Just make sure if you don't have internet at home, you're aware of what has synced and what hasn't. So, also, this building's open quite a bit of the day and evening, and so there's usually time nobody cares if you come in and sit at the Commons and work on things. That's fine. If it's not open, the public library also has free Wi-Fi. McDonald's has free Wi-Fi too. There's lots of places that have free Wi-Fi, but the school Wi-Fi does not extend past the building very well. Don't be sitting outside when it's 5 degrees trying to get internet, leaning against the outside of the building. It doesn't go out to the parking lot, so just so you're aware of that. Apps, extensions, and systems installed by the district should not be removed. So we have, you really can't remove them. Also, there is something called development mode that you can put these into that if you try to do that on these, it'll actually wipe the whole machine, and then you'll have to bring it to us to get it back to functional. So please do not try to put it in development mode. It will just all of a sudden wipe it. So we'll push out apps and extensions, very limited. We'll let your teachers decide which ones they want you to install. No personal Google accounts. You can't log in with a @gmail.com account. It won't let you. So just so you're aware of that, use your Fairbury Jeff's account. Question? There'll be random inspections. Your teachers and maybe Mr. Vetter or Mr. Crone might ask you to show that you have your case and your computer is in your bag and that kind of thing, or it's not defaced, or make sure that your sticker, your little label with your picture and your name is on there. Make sure you don't try to pull those off. And follow the detailed protocol that's in the Chromebook policy and usage handbook, which is online. It's on the school website. It's in your Canvas documentation. It's where your parents have to click on the permissions. There's a link there. Please go through that with your parents so you guys know what's going on. We're covering some things here, but there's some other things that are in there that you might want to take note of. Stop at class is once a month with Mrs. Ducks, and how you get enrolled in a stop-it class is if you do something inappropriate. Could be a lot of different things. A teacher can assign a stop-it class. Immediately when you're assigned a stop-it class, you get put on restricted internet, and we'll show you later what that looks like. We have pretty unrestricted internet for the most part here, so if you get put on restricted internet, all you get to see is Canvas and Google, so it's pretty limited. So, and you will return the device at the end of the school year for maintenance. So come May, and you'll be getting the same device next year, unless you're an 8th grader, you'll be getting a different device. So take care of your devices. You'll be getting the same device, and we will clean it up in the summer so that it's nice and working order and charged, and also clean. We'll clean it with a variety of devices, and let's talk a little bit about that. Screen cleaning. Microfiber cloth works very well. There's an example of that. We also will have a few alcohol wipes around the building. There'll be some in the media center. We might have some available in some of your teachers' rooms to clean some of the other stuff that accumulates on your keyboards. Hopefully not food or anything like that, but as long as you keep your fingers out of your nose and not on the keyboard, you'll be okay. So yeah, don't use water on them. They won't work very long. Battery charging. Charge your device every night. We're not going to add any outlets in any of the classrooms. No extra outlets for you to be hovering along the walls to be plugging things in. Please plug them in at night. They should last all day. So, do not remove school labels, especially your name tag on there. No defacing with stickers or skins, and what that means is any stickers that aren't vinyl that won't come off easy. Please do not put those on there. Now, in the summer, we can't guarantee that we'll leave your skin on there. If we don't think we can clean it with it on there, we probably won't leave it on there. But otherwise, we'll pretty much leave them alone for the most part, but clean them up. Storing your device. Please store them inside. Do not leave them out in your car or your parents' car or outside, because they will get damaged with extreme cold or extreme heat. Okay, so please keep them indoors, not outside. That's pretty important, especially when the temperatures get really cold. Carrying devices. Carry with 2 hands and in the case provided. Now, we've tried to, before we ordered devices, we asked around to see what kind of cases you guys would like. This was kind of the consensus, something vertical, easily be put in your backpack with your other items. You can slide it in and out if you want, if you have a backpack. If not, you can use this without the backpack, obviously. It's got a nice carrying case on the side, or it's got the shoulder strap. You can use either one. We're not going to force you to use one or the other. But if we see you in the hallway, or if your teachers see you in the hallway without the case, you're probably going to get a stop-it ticket. So, okay? So, all right. Never carry the device while it's open. It's a disaster, really. If you carry them with them open, it's easy to drop them. No clogging the device with extra data that is not school related. Now, these have a 16 gig hard drive. Does anybody have phones that have bigger hard drive than 16 gig? Probably most of you, okay? Not a very big hard drive. Yes, you can save stuff. Every time you download something, it will save it to the hard drive. Just be aware that if your hard drive fills up completely, you will not be able to log in. And we'll have to actually wipe the computer and start over. So don't download a bunch of junk and get it all full so you can't log in. So keep saving things to your Google Drive. It's unlimited. So if you want to save 500 gig of photos to your Google Drive, go right ahead. It's unlimited. So Just so you're aware of that. I probably have 700-800 gig on my Google Drive. So you can save as much as you want there, but the computer is pretty limited. So, all right, for a complete list of care procedures, obviously we have the Chromebook policy and handbook. Okay, asset protection. That's at $15 if you pay in the next 2 days. What that covers: your first incident, the accidental damage, not on purpose damage, but accidental damage, is covered free and clear, no cost to you. So if you crack the screen accidentally, or you break some other item on the computer, that is covered 100% if it's an accident. The second incident, the student will need to pay for replacement costs, and some of those costs may be screen $100, keyboard and touchpad $50, power cord $25, the case $30, the strap $7, and then the full replacement cost, Chromebook, charger, and bag, is $300. Okay. Now, what it doesn't include, and also frequent incidences will be, we'll maybe have discipline procedures. So if you're bringing it once a week and it's broken, then there might be, you have some issues. So we'll address those with the principal. All right, what isn't covered? Losing the device is not covered. So keep track of it. Now, we do have a feature that if it's still functional and missing, we can locate it. Okay, we can use GoGuardian to let the authorities know that it's missing. It automatically installs an app on the device. We let the authorities know, then they can actually locate it with GPS, and it also will take a snapshot the next time it's opened. So it'll take a snapshot of whoever opens it. So we can do that. Only the authorities can do that, but we can let them know and fill out a police report, and then they can look at that snapshot. So that is available, but only if it's working. So if you lose it in the bottom of a lake, there's not probably a chance of finding it. So it's got to be working. Questions on that? That asset protection, questions? Those parents that are here? Make sense? Okay. GoGuardian. This is going to be our monitoring system. It monitors you 24/7 anytime you're on the computer. So you are responsible for your logins, your username and password. Just remember, don't share that with anybody, because everything you do on the computer is being recorded. So if you give your username and password to your friend and they get on the internet and do something inappropriate, guess what? That's your name, not theirs. So make sure you keep that safe. I'm gonna need some volunteers. Okay, go ahead and pull out your computer and log in. Well, let's see. Let's get about 3 or 4 people. Get your computers out. Get it logged in. While they're getting that out and logging in, this is what your teachers and your administrators can see. This is the administrative part of GoGuardian, and this is kind of just a dashboard page. It kind of tells what you guys have been doing today. These are all the sites. This categorized by percentage. So looks like 32% have been on have been on Canvas. 15% on Google Docs. This morning it was kind of funny because there was like this big chunk that said Pandora. So because none of you had really been on, except for a small percentage. So, and then it says how many online users, flagged sites, blocked attempts, Google Docs, 1,043 YouTube videos already today, 4,235 Google searches already today. So, but that's just you guys, just students. So scroll up here a little bit. Okay. Now, there's a couple things we can go to. We can go to this whitelist. We'll go ahead and look at this first. This would be a regular student user, and these are some of the things that, these are some of the categories that we have blocked. Academic dishonesty, controlled substances, malicious sites, pornography, sexuality, social, time wasting. And those have different categories along in each one of those too. And some of them are blocked and some of them aren't. We don't block very many things. You notice there's a whole lot of more spots we could block, but we don't. Okay, we want to not hamper your learning experience. Question. Facebook is not blocked. Okay. I know we had a little issue with it being blocked from another filter, and we'll address that. But no, it's not. Now, if you get moved, if you get a stop-it ticket or you've done something otherwise, you get moved to restricted. Okay, click on the restricted. Now look at how it's blocked. Okay, just about everything except for Canvas and Google. So keep off of that list. Keep off of that stop-it ticket list. You'll enjoy the internet a lot better. Okay, move us back here. All right, so go ahead and click on Google. So this is what your teachers and your administrators can see. I just want to show you what they can look at if they wish. Okay, so right now we're on the YouTube tag, and this is every YouTube video that's being shown today. And they can scroll through, and it has this particular name of the student that watched it too, and they can click on it, and we'll scroll through that pretty fast so we don't see any names. And Google searches, click on Google searches, and you can see somebody searched for Frosty the Snowman. I mean, it just shows every single thing you've typed in for searches. And then Google Docs, it shows which Google Docs are being created, looked at. Also apps and extensions that are being installed on your computer. They can look at those. They can blacklist those, which means block them. They can whitelist specific apps. Okay. You click on all users. You can see what users are on. They can search for a specific user. You can click on that user. You can view their YouTube videos, their web history, their Google searches. And this is 24/7. So remember that. This is when you're at home. This is when you're here at school. I just want you to be aware of everything's what's being recorded. Okay? All right. Now we're going to switch to a teacher. What a teacher could do in their classroom. So we're going to go to this teacher view and go ahead and remove those students. And then we'll need those of you that are volunteering will need your email address, and he'll add you in here. Okay, who's first? Spell your name to him.
Jacob .ward.
Wait, okay, there we go. Is that right? Jacob. Like that?
No, Jake, and then it's Jake, and then Ward.
Oh, I thought I heard Jacoby too.
Okay, hold on, you're doing the email?
Yeah.
Then it's Jacob.
Jacob.ward.
Yes.
Okay, next. Taylor.
Are you in?
Now your teachers will have this already set up. Some of your teachers already have this set up so that they don't have to do this every time they enter class. They just have it set up. Who else? Who's next? Go ahead.
As what?
AR. One more? Just do those three, that's fine. Okay, now he's going to go ahead and start a session. And then on your screen, you'll see at the bottom left, it'll notify you that your teacher has started a session. It won't say what teacher, it'll just say that your teacher started a session. Go ahead and, bottom right, go ahead and just start opening up tabs, browsing to different locations. Open up some YouTube videos, Pandora, do all kinds of stuff. Bunch of tabs. Yeah, anything. Anything school appropriate, of course. I don't see Jacob's showing up again. In the session and open it up again. Oh, you did? Oh, that's why. Surprised to let you do that. Just like you were normally browsing in a class.
Watch the video.
You might have to end the session and start it again. Click right to 43. Yeah. Scroll down. End session. Now go back to sessions again. Start session. No, he's still not. That's okay. No, Jacob's not, but that's okay. Oh, where is it?
I just got it.
Okay, notice that it's starting to create a timeline for that class. And what this does is it shows every tab that you've been on, it's the active tabs is what it shows. They can go and see what other tabs you had open, but it's going to show your active tabs and how long you've been on that tab. So if your teacher has given you an assignment to say on Canvas and you need to complete that test, let's say it's a test, and they tell you, hey, I don't want you going anywhere but this test, then that timeline should be Canvas that whole way until you were done with the test. And they don't have to be monitoring this. They can go back tonight, later on, and say, oh, so-and-so, Taylor, didn't, he skipped around on different tabs during the test, so he might not get full credit for his test. So you see how they're jumping around to different tabs, and you can see that timeline. It creates it as you go. Now, another thing your teacher can do is go to screens up there, and then they can actually see what screen you're on. And they can, if they want a better view, they can click on the actual screen and look at it. And let's say that teacher doesn't like what you're looking at, they can just go ahead and click an X and close it. They can close your tab. Or if they want to open a specific tab up for you, they can click on your icon there, and they can open up a new tab for you. So just a few things that your teacher can do for you. Or if they want your full attention, they can click lock, and then it will lock your screen so that you can't do anything but pay attention to your teacher. So those are just some of the things that it can do right now. It's kind of a work in progress, so we'll be adding things as we go. And then they can also go back and take snapshots and do other things like that if they want. But just because your teacher doesn't have a session going doesn't mean that it's not recording everything, just so you're aware of that. It's just, this is for your teacher to record your specific class. Okay? Questions about how this works? Pretty straightforward.
Can it see every, like, can you open an app that's outside of the browser?
Right. Okay. Let's go ahead and close that. Let's go back to the parents. Do you have any questions about that? How that works? Okay. All right. A couple things on the Fairbury Public Schools website that we want to go over. Go ahead and switch to the website. The very first thing is the help desk ticket. Okay, if you're having trouble with your Chromebook, you can go to Under Student, you can go to Technology Help Desk, and you can fill out a help desk ticket. Notice that it has your username at the top. Now, if your computer is completely inoperative, you'll have to go to a computer that is operative, like in the Media Center, or every classroom has a Chrome box in the classroom that you could use. And make sure that it has yours. Now, if you are having your friend fill it out for you, it's fine. Just make sure you describe that in the description. So put your room number, what room you're in, student. Now, these are two very important things. We have solved more than 10 problems today by just restarting the device. So if your computer is stuck somewhere, hold down the power button until all the lights go out. Okay? Then restart it. If it's not functioning, like it's not connecting to the internet, restart it. Probably 90%, 95% of the problems can be usually solved by restarting your device. Okay? Just remember that. Always restart first. Okay, then this is the same form for teachers, every building. So you have to choose which building you're in, what device you have. The device number is going to be your name because each one of your devices is assigned to you. And then please be very descriptive about what the problem is. If you say, I can't print, that's not very descriptive, is it? Say, I've tried to print this document to follow me black and white, and when I went to the copier and typed in my username and password, there was no job there. Or there was a job there, I hit print and it didn't come out. Please be descriptive so we can kind of narrow down what the problem is. Okay? Questions on that? Pretty simple. Your mom and dad can fill that out too. Okay. Also, Parent Resources tab. Go back to the Fairbury Public Schools up here. Go to Parents. Okay, one-to-one Chromebook resources. Click on that. That's going to be for your parents. That's where a Chromebook policy is also located there. And there's a lot of other information for your parents. So you can point your parents and you parents. You can go to that if you need some more information. Go back to the slides again. And next slide. Where's that it? Okay. Questions about what we've covered so far? No. No, with that Chromebook policy, you can click yes for permissions and it will give permission to your children, yes. All of the ones that you have in there. What's that? Is for each device, yes. Good question. Anything else? All right. Question? If it dies during the school day, good. That would be an instance where you could ask your teacher if you could plug into the wall. Then you could plug in and use your device plugged in. Or in each classroom is a Chrome box you could log into also. So, good question. Okay, that's all I got. You're off. Yeah.
My crew, you are going to go to the media center next. What if your parents are
They both still have to go to the meeting?
No, I think just one.
But but on my mom's on registration is just me, and because we couldn't get my brothers wasn't working, and I tried it yesterday because we were gonna have my dad have one for my brother and me with my mom, and my brother's wasn't working yesterday.
No, you'll have to just talk to the office. They'll take care of you. Okay.
Unblock Facebook. I'm bored.
Yeah, we're working on it. He's looking at it.
Good.
I noticed that it was doing something weird, so.
Just so I feel like I still haven't fully repaid that present yet.
Figure out why the Facebook's blocked.
You in?
No.
Got ended. Keep recording.